Plus, if I film this way, I can
open up the window.
I can have all my clothes off and no one will notice because it's so hot.
I need to go out on the balcony.
Should we take them out on the balcony?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's warm,
I'll wait till I get a few people online and then I'll, because I'm charging up here at the minute.
Could do our questions and answers.
Questions and answers? No, we ain't doing that live. We'll do that as a recorded. Right, see if anybody comes online there. Wow, that's bright. So, what's the time? I have no idea.
10.
So,
it is.
if my computer says 30 minutes
1
past
minute
4.
past 10.
Where is 30 minutes past 4? In the UK?
Yeah.
Someone's emailed me about a Volvo for sale. That's exciting. I've got one person watching. So, hello one person. It's myself and Mrs. Geoff, and it is Chicken Chaser. Hello, Chicken Chaser. We are live. Mrs. G.
Hello.
And the real G, the original, the OG. We're going to take it on the balcony in a minute. Hello. We're just waiting for a few more people to join us, and then we'll take it out on the balcony. Just thought I'd have a look and see how my videos from earlier on today are doing, because I wasn't going to post that one.
Hello, David. Ella. Hello.
Hello, not Ella.
I said hello.
Hello. Oh look, if I go on my channel, it's on live now. Hey, look, that what's really going on in EV sales has done 33,000 views. Hello, Geoff. Angela Kenyon. How are you doing, Angela? Hello from windy Scotland. How are you all in the UK? Because if I believe the media, you're all dead. You've all blown away, every one of you. And I'm pretty sure that's not true. We are in Sri Lanka. And to be honest, it does suit us a bit better than Dubai, doesn't it? Oh, Richard from Challenger Road has just messaged me. I wonder what he's got to say. Don't do a Liam Payne. Was Liam Payne, was he that one from One Direction?
Yes, he was. What did he do?
He got unalived by, he fell off a building, I think. There was something wrong with that. It didn't make sense. Richard from Challenger Road is texting again. Overcast grey with storm Eowyn, which no one can say, to last 24 hours. No fence left and the bins went AWOL, says Gary. My dad texts me and he's lost a load of tiles off his roof. There's a caravan park that has basically turned over in Cornwall, and Nanny Sue doesn't even know that there's a storm on. So that's absolute classic from a family. 45 people watching, I've only got 3 likes.
We've got tropical
rain. We've got tropical rain, yeah. So the usual fun weather, says Angela. Yeah, it's really odd, really odd. So we're in Sri Lanka where it's meant to be really nice this time of year, and we walked to a little waffle place earlier on and bought some waffles, and I might as well have just walked into the sea. I was that wet by the time we got there. 10 knots reported by Birmingham Airport, so about normal. It looks hot there. Yes, it is. If we had smell-o-vision, you would smell that we are sweating. And my bum is very wet, but not in a good... It is! You'll feel it. I'm soaked. It's so sweaty. It's a very sweaty place, is Sri Lanka. I travelled around Sri Lanka on public transport for 3 weeks a few years back. It was a bit scary. What time is it, says Angela? I've got no idea.
It's 4 minutes past 10.
Is it? I didn't realise it was that late. What car are you in? We're not. We're in an apartment and we're using tuk-tuks because our last tuk-tuk journey was... How much was that last tuk-tuk?
60p.
60p. 60p. So, yeah, this suits us a lot better than Dubai, to be fair. We fit in a lot better here. Looks like a monkey hotel in Hastings. It is, except there's a lot less chance of being stabbed here in Sri Lanka than there is in Hastings, to be fair. And they have a harsher immigration policy than the UK. If we overstay our welcome, we've got a 30-day visa. And if we overstay, we get fined £500 per person. So that means it's stabby and more strict than the UK. Would you believe? We were in the sea earlier on. The sea is like a bath. The temperature in the sea is ridiculous. We're in an Airbnb. We're Airbnb-ing it this whole way. All right. We are trying to do traveling on the cheap. I'm carrying my computer around because at the moment I'm charging my phone on my computer. I'm going to walk through the house, and this is risky because I don't know if there's
25 degrees right now.
I'm going to walk through the house. The kids have got the clothes on, haven't they?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Would you mind going and opening the balcony ready for me so I can have a smooth run right the way to the balcony? What? No, you're not my slave, but then I'd like you to sit and do the broadcast with me and chat to people because they'll all have questions for you, Mrs. G. I'm going to go walk through our Airbnb. This is, as I said, we're doing affordable travel as best as possible, but let's not talk about Dubai. and I'll show you what we've got. So where we are tonight is the waterfront, which is hilarious because the photo showed a beautiful view out of the bedroom window, but the photo didn't show this main road, and it also didn't show the train track. This is the noisiest place I've ever stayed, but we quite like it here. We're quite happy. Mrs. Geoff and I, we're not very picky. We're not posh. We're not snobby. Right, I'll go walk through now, and you'll see the kids are happy because they've got a massive TV. Any fog over there? No fog. Have you got Geoff Buys Sandwiches channel for when you need to buy sandwiches? Not yet. What are we watching? Chipmunks? We're watching Chipmunks apparently on the big TV. Very messy here. Right, is the window open? Just checking that I haven't. Oh, wow, it's hot out here. So, if I could put my computer somewhere, I can show you. That is the ocean over there. And my camera probably just fogged up. The noise probably just lifted. And in a minute, there's Mrs. G. Look, say hello, Mrs. G. Any questions for Mrs. G? Is it true that Funky Prepper is in prison? First I've heard of it. I hope not. I don't know. Why are you waving? I can see you. You're in the shade, babe. You're all right. It's okay. Don't drop the PC out of the window. But if I can flip the camera around, you'll see how I'm charging my phone. Like this. So I'll drop it out of the window. Let's see what we can say. You've been told that he's in prison. I'll text Richard Vobes. Richard will know. That was Richard from Challenger Road. Problem is, they're all called Richard. It's a bit worrying if he is in prison. In fact, that's very worrying. Right, moped, tuk-tuk, moped, car overtaking moped. The traffic in Sri Lanka is like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm going to balance my computer on the air conditioning unit, and then I can put it down. Right. Okay, we are now almost wireless. Did you hire a car yet? No, because the roads here are insane. So the airport is only about, how long would you say the airport was? 15 kilometres? It's no more than 20 kilometres, is it? Mrs. Jeff's going to have a look. So yesterday, we're in Colombo now. Yesterday, 12.3 miles. 5.3 miles? No, it isn't. Right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're 5.3 miles from the airport. Is this the Q&A stream? No, we're going to do the Q&A stream not live because I've got to get all the questions ready. It should have taken us 18 minutes to get from the airport to here. How long did it take us? It was an hour, wasn't it? And I have never seen traffic like it. It was insane. This isn't even a main road, and this traffic goes all night. And in a minute, you're going to see a train come along. So in Sri Lanka, they have a train line that runs all the way around the coast, which is really cool. How long are you going to be in Sri Lanka? Well, if we stay here more than 30 days, we're going to be fined £2,000, £500 a person. So I guess longer than tomorrow and no longer than 30 days. The traffic looks like any road in Bradford. Yeah, except we're not in a third word shithole, whereas Bradford basically is these days. A law unto themselves on the roads. You're not 5.3 miles from the airport, you're much further. The airport is near Negombo. Someone is saying that we're more than 5 miles. Mrs. Geoff has just checked it on her maps and she reckons we're 5.3 miles. I reckon it's more than that. But we shall see. Are you holiday schooling the kids? Yeah, we're unschooling the kids. Today they've been learning, we've played chess and we've played checkers and they're doing maths. So, there you go. Right. That is proof. It is 5.3 miles to the airport. So there's your answer, right? And it took us more than an hour. I guess after that comment, you won't be invited to turn on the Christmas lights in Bradford this year. No, I don't think I will, but I don't think anyone will be having any lights in Bradford this year. Life education is the best way to go for the young Geoffs. Thank you very much. Do you know what? I just feel like the world is in such a state of flux. It ain't going to make all that much difference. I might walk down the bottom side of the balcony. I think there's more light down there. Can I just slide through here? Hi Geoff, Sri Lanka looks cool. Not quite as cool as here in the northwest of Scotland. I'd imagine the northwest of Scotland is more than cool right now. It is Very warm, very, very warm. Bradford is a city of culture this year. That's hilarious. What culture is that? I'm not going to say it. What is the local time? Oh no, I've just stood by the aircon unit that's really hot. It's 10 o'clock tonight. What's for dinner? We've had 2 dinners tonight and both of them were fantastic. We went to a bar earlier on. It basically has rained most of the day. So we went to a bar on the beach and we all had a really good swim in the sea. And that's funny because the sea is warmer than the air. So yeah, we went in the, if the signal's good, it's because I'm on the Wi-Fi as well. We went in the sea for ages, me and the boys, and we were jumping in the waves and it was great fun. And it's just bizarre because, like I say, the sea is very warm. The food is spicy, but I like spicy food, so it's fine. What did we eat today? We had a crab curry, which we were told was a local speciality, and I'll tell you what, it was flipping amazing. It was so good. What else did we have at that place? We had a crab curry. I had some chicken wings because I always order chicken wings, and then we came home, charged our phones, had a cup of tea, and then we went out again. And then we had some noodles, spicy noodles. That was phenomenal. And what else did we have? We had, oh yeah, that was it. Squashon style sticky beef. And again, it was amazing. And the prices are very reasonable. So very happy with that. Yes, we had some beer. The beers are, we're in an expensive part here because we're right on the coast. This is only our first stop. We're moving south tomorrow. We're going about an hour and a half south. And it was a whole £3.50 for a pint here, which is extortionate. But not so much when you've been used to Dubai, where at some point paying £17 a pint. So yeah, 200 people watching me. GT380 man says 100% low cloud cover as per in East Kent. Have you seen the video of that plane coming through the clouds in London? It ain't right. And right. Are we going south by train? No, I don't think so. I think I get an Uber because I just feel like for our first trip, it might be the safest way to go. When you see the trains and all the people hanging off the side of them, and also Ubers are air conditioned, and there's 4 of us. So that's the plan. How's the audio, by the way? Can you hear me? Can you just hear the road? I'm amazed we haven't had a train yet. Because if you look in the distance, all the way in the distance down there, right? Can you see those lights? I don't know if you really can on my phone, but that's the bar we went to, and you have to cross the train tracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to broadcast until we get a train, because I just want you to see how crazy it is. You basically have to go across the train tracks. Hard to train video anymore. AI and CGI is so advanced that you can't believe your own eyes. GT380 man, I could not agree more. Right, Mrs. Geoff has something to say.
Crossing the train tracks.
Oh, can we show them that?
Yeah.
There is a video, I don't know how well that's going to come out. That's us crossing the train tracks to get to the restaurant we were at earlier. There's a train going across right in front of us. The track is live. Yeah, the track is 100% live. You'll see it in a minute. The train track runs all the way that you can see. So the train track's down there. Audio is cracking up. Yeah, there's the tracks. Can you see the tracks? And the trains run about every... What do you reckon they run? I mean, they seem pretty regular, don't they?
They started up about 5 o'clock this morning.
I don't think they stop. You mean we woke up about 5 o'clock? But what I'll do is I'll broadcast until we have a train, and then I'll go in and do some parenting. But up until then, I guess, it's free parenting time. So, death trap, that is, OMG. It's a little bit worrying. Do you want a mod in the chat? I volunteer. I think we're okay for the minute. If we start getting loads of spam, then I'll say yes. The trains are not electrified. That is the answer. I know that because I trod on a track earlier on and I'm not dead. And also, when they go past, there's a great big cloud of diesel that follows them. So net zero is going to be achieved by the UK and the rest of the world is just going to laugh at us. Uber is a better idea. A train, you have to go first class or don't go at all on the train. Is it possible to fully remove plastic bottle caps in Sri Lanka? Yes, because basically they just throw them on the beach. Sri Lanka is like many places I've been around the world. Well, thankfully we should be able to see the train nice and early from here. You reckon the train's coming? Mrs. G thinks the train's coming. Sri Lanka is like many of these places that they just don't know how to look after their own place. right? Like, stop throwing all of your shit in the sea. Stop not sorting out your rubbish and just tidy the place up. Did you get a glass bottle of Coca-Cola? No. Message you regards to the gun grabbed by the police from the firearms. Something you need to look at. Okay, please. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. If you've emailed me, I'll have a look. I haven't checked my email this evening. What was I saying? Look out for elephant, maybe more down south. Spiced pork and ham. You are your own health and safety. Enjoy it. Yeah, that's right. I've got about elephants. Late at night, I'm a bit of a fan of watching like fail videos, and sometimes sometimes you see one that's like a bit too far. But my problem with elephants is you catch an elephant in a bad mood, it will fold you in half like you don't even exist. So I don't intend to go anywhere near any elephants. And the other thing that I've learned from watching late night videos is if you're going to hang out of a train and try and picture, you're going to die. So I won't be doing hanging out of trains, and I won't be doing elephants. If you're interested, there's a group on Facebook called Darwin Awards, where you can see lots of videos of elephants folding people in half and people hanging out of trains taking selfies. And it's a great way to learn how to travel in Sri Lanka and learn what not to do. The roads here are wild. Basically, every travel guide that we've watched has said, don't hire a car because it's so dangerous. And the number one killer of tourists in Sri Lanka is the traffic. Most tourists who die in Sri Lanka are killed by either traffic or drowning. I thought that was just a noisy lorry. So those are things to be careful. How do you turn a fox into an elephant? Marry it. Way! Is there anything crazy seeing that you would not see in the UK? Tuk-tuk drivers riding around barefoot. I mean, we've only been here 24 hours really, and we haven't done a huge amount of exploring. Pissed it down all day. So no, not yet as such, but I'm sure we will. The sea in Cornwall is warmer than the air temperature. Yes, Geoff, it is. Doesn't count when the air temperature is 6 degrees. Over here, it's like shorts weather, which is quite lovely. Yeah, I was in the sea for ages in my shorts. More angrier is no good grammar. More angrier. Yeah, but I quite like bad grammar. I have an English degree, and I appreciate when people use bad grammar because it gives me a reason to use my English degree. 1,000 men were asked in a survey if they choose the perfect car, perfect man. 57 chose diesel, 43% chose petrol. That's a bad joke, that is. Is it too early for a beer, UK time? Well, it's midnight, 10 o'clock here. So if I were you, I'd have a beer, because I've got no idea what time it is in the UK. How long the flight? Was it 4.5 hours? 4.5 hours from Dubai, but we were delayed quite a lot in Dubai because... Why were we delayed in Dubai?
Air traffic.
Air traffic, basically. So we ended up taking ages just sitting on the runway. It's almost 5 p.m. in the UK. That means it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You're all right. You can have a beer. I can't believe we haven't seen a train. I'll tell you what Sri Lanka has got right. Small cars. Small cars is absolutely the way to go. You don't need massive, powerful cars. All you need is a little car. Funny story. We booked a taxi earlier, and it said that the guy was in a Suzuki, and I looked outside our apartment, and I thought, a little Suzuki opposite, and I thought, there's no way that's the taxi. A, it's too small, and B, it's a totally unmarked Suzuki Alto in grey, and someone's painted the wheels red. And in my head, I was like, there is no way that is our taxi. But fast forward 10 minutes, turns out the poor guy had been waiting for us for ages, just because I was looking at his car thinking, that cannot possibly be a taxi. So we were in a little Suzuki Alto. Nix Watson says they are literally old cars. Now that one's brand new, look. Brand new little K car. Another little K van thing, little K minibus. That's an old, is that a Nissan Vanette or that's a Toyota of some sort? Tuk-tuks rock, you get the whole family in them and enjoy. Yeah, I know, and they're so cheap as well. So, oh my gosh, that was a little Daihatsu something, 4-wheel drive. I swear the car spotting's better here than it was in Dubai. 2 tuk-tuks in a race, brilliant. Train delayed due to leaves on the line. Culture shock straight from Dubai. It is, oh, someone just sent me £9.99, I appreciate that. I promise you I will drink it. Was it being driven by a white bloke from Donington? It's funny, isn't it? Right, tuk-tuks, 2 tuk-tuks. I tell you what, I've seen more Mitsubishi Lancer Evolutions. What's that there?
I think it's a train.
Oh, yeah, old-fashioned saloon. Trains. You see the trains? Well, yeah, but there was a train. Was it stopped down there? When we came out of the bar, there was a train straight away. So I guess in about 10 minutes' time there'll be a train go past. I don't know how much these coaches are. That coach obviously says it goes to Vavanuya, Colombo. Look at taxes on cars, bro. Ridiculous. What, do you mean in Sri Lanka or in Dubai? Or is there a language barrier? No, because thankfully the English came over many years ago and fucked up Sri Lanka. So most people speak English. Like most places where the British went and were total knobs some time ago. We're waiting for the train. Yeah, look forward to the train. I appreciate it. I have a lot of followers that like a good train. This would be a good old-fashioned diesel. I think the line was actually built. Probably wasn't built by the British. It was probably coordinated by the British, which is a total thing. Mark, was that a Proton? Mark, that's why I got so excited. I thought it was a Proton, but I actually now think Toyota. I haven't yet seen a Proton, but we are very close to Malaysia. And earlier on, when we landed in Sri Lanka and it was raining really heavily, we started looking at flights. And I was wondering, do we just go to Malaysia, where I know we're going to be popular? Faster traffic on the M25? Yes, you are correct. Sri Lankan car spotting on a Friday night. Friday evening, I think, in the UK. Have you seen any electric cars? I bet not, and thank God, if not any. No, because the electric cars are a luxury that is only reserved for Western advanced countries that have the ability to chase net zero because they are wealthy. Poor countries do not have luxury of net zero, therefore poor countries do not have the affliction that is electric cars. I see they drive on the proper side of the road, unlike Dubai. Yes, you're quite right. Sri Lanka is one of the few places where you have right-hand drive cars. Lorem ipsum, yes, we fucked up the world. Yeah, I mean, history's interesting. It is. And according to history, the British were... What's that there? Oh, that's that little blue Suzuki Alto that I saw earlier on. It's a nice little car, that is. It's in like Subaru blue. In fact, it's more like Astoria. It's lighter than Subaru blue. Taxes on cars in Sri Lanka. I'll take a look at that. Basically, we made them build roads, railways and justice and then left. Seems like a good deal. Is your dad watching? Say hi, Dad. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's busy fixing his roof because all his tile down in the storm. Buses running at midnight? Yes, they run all day long. I'm being told that there's massive taxes on cars. Remember, Geoff, always listen to Mrs. Geoff. I do try to listen to Mrs. Geoff. That sounds like a... Didn't that sound like a train then? There's no train. I do listen to you. I do listen to you. What did you say? I always listen to Mrs. Geoff. I'm going to be a patriot. Britain make the world better. Up to a point. I mean, I can agree with that up to a point. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. Get a coach down south. No, we're going to get a taxi because the taxis are cheap enough that you can justify it. Yeah, it makes sense just to get a taxi. You will see several 20-year-old Volvo estates. Look into the shipping costs back to the UK. I saw, if you watched my video this morning, I was just setting my camera up, right, first time in Sri Lanka, first time setting the camera up, and the first car that I saw out the window was a Volvo. It's like it's a sign. It's like Sri Lanka went, Geoff, you're where you need to be. It was a 940 saloon, and I just thought that was hilarious. So yeah, we'll get an Uber, and you can see lots from an Uber. You don't have to hurry, and we'll go straight to our destination. We've got an B&B booked for a week, so we have a week at our next place, which would be nice because we've been doing like 3-day stopovers, and we're able to do some surfing and be on the beach. That will be lovely. Looking forward to that. Next, collab with the Map Master. I spoke to the Map Master earlier on the phone actually, and when I phoned him, he was actually filming. So he answered the phone, he was like, oh, good timing, I'm filming you. So I'm going to appear, I think I'm in his video that goes out tonight. And then today I was taking the mic because he's been featured on Supercar Blondie. So that's quite amusing. Just run out of washing up liquid, said Chicken Chaser. Yeah, I know, I do all of my YouTube consumption whilst I'm washing up. That was an interesting overtake there from the Suzuki Wagon R. Toyota truck going past, prepared. I still can't believe we haven't seen a train. Where's all the Lambos? They've got Lamborghinis out here, but the spelling is different. They're orange, so all the orange Lamborghinis that we've been seeing in Dubai, They are here, but over here they're much smaller, and it's spelt Tata, T-A-T-A. I don't know why Lamborghini translates into Sri Lankan as Tata, but they're basically the same colour as Lamborghinis, but much smaller. It's quite funny. So they come in orange and lime green, and every time I see one, I think I'm seeing a Lamborghini. My only foray into Volvos was back in the 80s. What was that comment there? A mustard colour 145 and then a yellow 45. Good cars, but not good on MPG. Get a double match in the back. That's the one drawback of big old Volvos, the fuel economy. That's why I love my 850 diesels. If anybody wants to buy an 850 diesel, by the way, get in touch. I have green one for sale. You can go and collect it in my absence. GT3A man says, I really like those tiny cars. Where's the comment gone? I really like those tiny cars. We'd all look at travel differently, wouldn't we, if we all drove K cars? Well, that was the first thing I thought when I came to Dubai. We jumped in that little Suzuki Alto taxi, which was about the size of a shoebox, and I just thought, there's nothing wrong with this. So, what's the problem? What's the most popular car in Sri Lanka? Well, here, train. Oh no, look, it's a single train. That's interesting. We haven't seen that before. That's not a proper train. That's just the engine. Wow, we have not seen that. It is Blackpool, yes, basically, but there's less lights and it's warmer and you're less likely to get mugged. Storm finally be over me, hearties. You may go back on deck now. How has the storm been for everyone? Is it just the media hyping it up? I appreciate that there was a tornado in Cornwall. I saw the video of the caravan park. Any metros? No, no metros. You should head a bit further south to Mauritius. Darling, someone's saying we should go to Mauritius.
It's like 11 hours from there.
We looked at Mauritius. Mauritius is a lot further than we thought. We've also looked at Malaysia, Thailand, and the Maldives. So we're not sure yet. Any Hindus ambassadors? No, I haven't seen any yet, but I'm hoping that I will do. I have seen some Leyland badged buses. So there are some older buses that are Leyland. So we've got some old-fashioned stuff that way. There's a couple of Range Rovers that we've seen. That's a 5 BMW. I've been seeing that car around. You don't see many BMWs. Geoff buys cars. I couldn't sleep last night due to the wind and rain battering my windows. Apologies, Nix. That's climate change. There you go. Look at this tiny little van down here. You don't need a TV license, as Geoff is not a registered company. I don't know what that is about TV license. Look at that tiny little van. Like 9 people in that, and it's the size of a shoebox. Perfect. Oh, good point. Yeah, go to Malaysia, start finding the wreckage from missing planes. It does look like a toy van. Look, somebody's using the remote control to move it. It's a remote control van, off it goes. I hope it doesn't run out of battery. Oh no, it won't, because it's petrol powered. Yeah, no more trains, so I don't know what's going on with the trains tonight. I was going to make a comment, but didn't want to fall out of the Mauritius Communications Act. Didn't want to fall foul of the Mauritius Communications Act. Is there such a thing? To be honest, I did edit a little bit out of one of my Dubai videos after I got an email from someone saying, here, Geoff, I think you should take a look at this section, because I think you might find that you're going to get fined 250,000 dirhams if this person makes a complaint. So I did end up doing a little bit of editing, post-production, when the video had gone up. Can you rent a tuk-tuk out there, Geoff? I don't know if I can drive my own. I could probably rent a moped, but the other thing is, and I didn't realise this until someone emailed me last night, my driving licence isn't transferable out here. So it's not like I can just walk to a hire place, flash my driving licence, hire a car. I have to transfer to a Sri Lankan driving licence. So there's a little bit more involved. What was the over-the-head bit chicken chaser? What have I missed there? There's a lot of comments coming in. It's bloody winter. You expect a bit of wind and rain. Yes, that is right. But not so much here. Oh, there we go. The coach is leaving. He's gone down that little side road. Just a surprise, that road's smaller. Do you have any pokey to go there? Do you have any pokey? What does pokey mean?
Oh, yeah?
Do you want some pokey? I don't know what you mean by that. Mrs. Geoff says she's not really very interested in pokey at the moment. Had to galley and feed the turtles. We will, because my 8-year-old is obsessed with turtles. So we'll be doing that. Like and subscribe, people. How is there only 109 people liking the feed with 256 people? Like the video, everyone. I appreciate that. Come on.
296.
Pokey pokey, jabs. 200, yeah, we've got 286 watching, but only 109 people have clicked. You see that number there?
You said 56.
No, it's 109 now.
You said you said 256 people watching.
Oh, did I get that wrong? 295.
How many beers you had?
How many beers have I had? Did someone just say that?
No,
Was that you asking me? How many beers have I had? I haven't had that many because they've been spread throughout the day. I've been eating fantastic food. The crab curry we had on the beach earlier was incredible. Ireland, new record, 114 mile an hour gusts. Last record was 8 years ago at 113. Yeah, I saw that. There was another 100 record. I was looking at this earlier on, and from surfing terms, the wave forecast was 30 foot at 14 seconds. And for context, right, foot at 14 seconds basically means each wave is coming 14 seconds apart. 3 foot at 14 seconds would give you a very sizable actual face of the wave, because the wave period is so long. That means the waves are coming from a long way away. I have never, in all my time looking at surfing forecasts, never seen 30 foot at 14 seconds. That is a ludicrous forecast for the UK. Looks like the third world compared to Dubai. Might have the old escorts and horse and carts. It is, but in some ways, I don't know. Oof, that was nearly a crash. Wow, that guy was close. Oh, he's cut in there as well, further up. I don't know. Dubai's not real though, is it? That's the thing. Because in order to be in Dubai, you have to suspend your sense of what reality actually is, and you have to ignore everything in the world that's going on around you. Did your plane get caught in a jet stream, Geoff, and fly 800 miles an hour? No, it didn't, sadly. If anything, our plane was slower than normal. So I don't know whether we were going against the grain of where we were meant to be. Delhi belly? No, we're all right. No one has been ill yet, but that being said, we've only been here 4 hours, so there's plenty of time. And food poisoning takes longer than that. Whee! We've been eating at nice restaurants though, because we're in Colombo and we're on the beach. Who needs traffic CCTV when you have Geoff? 273 people watching me filming very small cars in Lanka. To be honest, I've been waiting for the train. Well, I know, but we had the engine of the train went past, but not the whole train. Do you feel Indiana Jones now that you're in Sri Lanka? No, I sort of feel like a tourist. But what's nice is everywhere we go, people seem to assume that we're Australian. I'd hate for people to assume that we were British when we rocked up, which with my belly now would be fair enough. But for some reason, maybe it's because Mrs. Geoff is quite brown, they look at us and just go, "Where are you from? Australia?" And that's quite nice, because there's nothing worse than people assuming that you're from England when you're abroad. I mean, we're all wearing England shirts and we're waving flags and we're drinking Stella, but, you know. Geoff, you legend, you have more viewers than CNN. Do I really? Are you staying in Hotel City Lights? No, we are in an Airbnb. Lion beer is the Sri Lanka. I know that's what we've been drinking. I don't really rate it as a beer, but it's cheap and it's available and it's wet and it's cold. So that's nice. The weather forecast has been hyped up. The highest we had in the past was just over 135. Oh, that's odd. The weather forecast lying to us. Who would have ever thought about the media lying to us about a thing? What's going on down here? Right, the coach has decided to block the whole road and reverse down there, which is brilliant. It's Geoff's extensive collection of gaudy, bright surfwear that makes him look Australian. He's like an extra from Home and Away. Oh, that is the best compliment I've ever had. And I appreciate that probably wasn't meant as a compliment. Do you hear that, darling? Someone just said I look like an extra from Home and Away. That's a brilliant comment. And to be fair, wearing these shorts, I mean, where else am I from? The Skip. There you go, the bus holding everybody up. To be fair, the boys do look Australian. It's the light hair. Mindy Irwin looked like a family member at your boy's age. Yeah, I suppose you're right. The boys have got long hair. They're all blonde. Yeah, so I see what you mean. Bit old for Home and Away. I never watched Home and Away. We weren't allowed to watch soaps in my house growing up because I grew up in a mild cult. Oh, this plastic bag. Can you see this plastic bag blowing around? it is going to cause an accident or get sucked up someone's radiator. As far as I know, at the minute, all of my speeding fines in Dubai are up to date. You look like a young Guy Pearce, Geoff. I've heard that before, actually. The other one I get a lot is that footballer. Who's that Man United footballer? Christian Eriksen. People often say, Geoff, you look a bit like Christian Eriksen. Or, Mrs. Geoff says I don't. Or they'll text me when they've had a beer and they're watching the football and be like, Geoff, why am I watching you on the field? Which I always find quite funny. Again, I thought that was a train, but it wasn't. It's an oil spill from the coach. I don't know what that is. It certainly hasn't dried or dissipated, has it? Speeding tickets didn't screw you up. No.
So you ran out, look, because it was all wet on the floor.
No, that was from the coach, I think. This is what we're just saying on the broadcast.
Oh.
But if it was water, surely it would have dried up by now. Because that road's got to be pretty
Well,
warm.
why is that tuk-tuk out there?
I don't know. He's been out there the whole time. Oh, no, he must not have done. I tell you what, I thought that car was breaking down earlier, didn't you? When the engine cut out.
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious. In that little Suzuki Alto that I didn't even think was a taxi. Someone flushed the toilet. Let's see what happens. It must be oil. It's probably just air conditioning fluid, isn't it? But it would have dried by now, but we shall see. Yes, he's got neon lights underneath his tuk-tuk. Fast and Furious Sri Lanka Drift. I like it. Where's all these trains? These bloody trains were going all night. We couldn't sleep. And now I'm trying to do a broadcast to film a train. And there's no blooming trains. Friday. No trains on a Friday. It could be that. Right, let's see if I can scroll back up through some of these comments. Oh, that's been there started, has it? Thank you, Angela. I didn't realise that. It looks like Birmingham. It's a lot less stay. And there's more white people. Oh my gosh, Geoff, did you just say that? Yes, I did. Can you sing I Come From the Land Down Under for our entertainment? I come from a land down under. How's that? Is that all right? Yeah, love it. Do love it. So basically, these live broadcasts are quite fun. Did you see that? You see the two tuk-tuks going around the Toyota Prius? They look like they were ganging up on him. I reckon Geoff buys cars, a couple of beers, and just some random traffic. If I could make a living out of these live feeds, I'd absolutely love it. I'd just go around the world, right? Choose a hotel on a road, and just commentate for you for like hours on end. That is my idea of fun. But unfortunately, the live feeds don't pay any money at all. But I enjoy doing them. They pay pennies. Izzy Hammond, I don't get why Clarkson is trying to make a YouTuber out of Izzy Hammond. You don't, but maybe there's so few career options that's a sensible thing to do. I don't know. The whole Hammond has been in one, and he's broken up with his wife recently as well. So I don't know. The mark on the ground is water. The coach was parked in that puddle just behind the tuk-tuk. Rewound the vid and watched it again. Did you? That's some great detective work. Thank you. £200 from Clarkson's shop. He's off his head. No, that's not correct. Clarkson has put a tweet out. Oh, the tuk-tuk's moving. Clarkson has put a tweet out earlier today saying that it's been badly reported. I think the 200 pie was like a display pie that they bought for the shop, because he basically tweeted saying if you want to buy it for £200 you can, but I wouldn't recommend that you eat it. So I don't know whether it's like a large thing. This is Jess waving at me from the window. I think that must mean she's taken all her clothes off. She's now disappeared. Oh no, there she is. That's funny. She does this sometimes when she's had a beer. She likes to wind me up. I'll be doing a live broadcast on Facebook and she'll just walk past with no clothes. So you never know, you might get lucky and you might see naked Mrs. Geoff on the broadcast. You might not, you never know with Geoff Buys Cars. You never know quite what you're going to get. Is that another Suzuki Wagon R? They're sensible, aren't they? Is Clarkson doing better medically? I doubt it. I'd imagine being at the Colombo episode from Geoff Speeding Cars, the Beatles Ticket to Ride. Exactly. Oh, speaking of that, right, the buses that they get here. Some of these tuk-tuks are really noisy, make me feel like there's a bus going past when there's not. The buses are wild, and they're all like old-fashioned Indian, they're all paint decorated, it's really cool, but they don't look like the sort of thing you want to spend any time on. So, when they write pathetically to scare us RE Storms, it's all lies and fear porn, all, no exceptions. Why do they need us scared all of the time? Are they feeding off of our energy? What do you think, Mr. GT380 man? You seem to know what's going on in the world. That's an expensive car there, an Audi, because you don't get many of them. Can we get the likes up to £200? Get the likes up to £200 and Mr. Geoff will take a top off. That's a joke, by the way. £200, I mean 200. Yeah, buses from the 1950s, they're really cool, but they look horrible because they have no air conditioning. And basically, if you don't have air conditioning, you are knackered. They're dying because we're all waking up. I like that thought. I don't think the people that run the world can possibly be human. It doesn't make sense that they're human, because humans don't act that way. And when you start looking into some of the darker side of these conspiracy theories, they're not the behaviours of true humans. Weather problems are caused by geoengineering. In my opinion, I agree. I think you're right. There's a lot of strange stuff going on. Are you going to try and drive from Sri Lanka to India like Clarkson did on Top Gear? No, I don't think I will. Don't lob any water balloons off the balcony, Geoff. Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? They are human, just very evil. Okay, so you think they are actually human? The aliens have been in charge for years. Demons are running the world. Yeah, but do you think they are? This is my question. This is where I get confused. Like, I feel like I'm a decent human being, and there's certain acts that you just wouldn't do, and you're only forced to conclude that adrenochrome be that good. Do you know what I mean? It must be that good if you're able to turn people like that. What do you think of Trump releasing the JFK files? I don't know. I've been following that on Twitter today. A lot of people are saying the driver did it, and I think at this stage, does it really matter? It's pretty obvious that it was done by the deep state, the CIA, mafia. Are they all the same thing? I'm not sure how much it matters, but it'd be interesting to read them. Suddenly, Starmer approves of Trump. Oh, don't say that. Did he really? Has he actually done that after saying everything that he said? Wow. You're a good human. They ain't. Thank you, Squidward. I appreciate that. But even then, like, even a bad human, you know, there's true evil, isn't there? Three-wheelers cost more than the Macmaster's Porsche. I don't think they do. Someone go on eBay and find me a tuk-tuk. How much is? I bet in the UK a tuk-tuk's well expensive. I'd love to know how much it would be if I went out into the street right now and said, "I buy you tuk-tuk." What would the price be? Do I prefer Dubai or Sri Lanka? The problem is with Dubai, obviously I prefer Dubai, but Dubai isn't real. Do you know what I mean? Like, Dubai is like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's like a dreamland. It only works because of suffering. It only works because of cheap labour. And it only works if you have tons of money. So yes, Dubai is fantastic. You can lie in bed and you can order anything you want and it will arrive. But that isn't real life. It's not the way real life should work. So I almost feel like going to Dubai first was not a good idea, because it gave us a completely it gave the kids a completely false idea as to what travel and the reality of the world actually is. You know, this is real. Dubai isn't real. The world actually does stink. All the beaches are full of shit. There is plastic everywhere. People know how to properly dispose of their rubbish. There are old polluting buses everywhere you go. Like, this is real. And nothing about Dubai is actually real. Have you seen any rats yet? No, but we had some cockroaches on a live broadcast earlier. You never know when you may need a new Casio. True. And if I was in Dubai, I could order one directly to the room. And now that I am here, I am wondering if it would be handy to have a watch that has multiple time zones on it, so I could quite quickly switch between UK time and Sri Lanka time. I think we're 6.5 hours ahead of you. 6 planets aligned tonight. Polar shift incoming. You'll be able to have home on the tidal waves, Geoff. Do you know what? I've been reading about that. We could be in trouble with this polar shift, but last time I made a video about it, he laughed at me. So I think the polar shift is absolutely a thing. But yeah, like I said, I made a video about it and everybody basically just took the piss. But I know that I've looked at the weather for the last few years and it's not right. There's something major going on. There's a major shift happening with global weather patterns, and I'm sorry, it's not global warming. And maybe it is that all of the fear is ramping up because what they want to do is, I think they want to give all the people before the stuff goes really south. I think there's a major cataclysm coming, and the reason that there's so much going on to lock us down and all this control stuff is because I think they want to have their control system in place by the time the world implodes itself. And as I said that, we reached 333 viewers, 333. Planets aligned in the 80s, nothing happened. So that's good. Biggest iceberg yet has broken off the ice shelf and is now headed for the Falklands, or so we're told. Birds are going to get lost flying north for winter. That's true. Keep your wits in that country, but enjoying the madness. Try somewhere else as a balancing act. Meanwhile, back in the blighter. Where else do you think we should go? I mean, we had this earlier on. What's going on here? What's going on down here now? Two blokes on a moped. Are they polices? I reckon that. Is that police? Has this guy just been pulled over? Brand new tuk-tuk insurance between $1,000 and $1,600. Right. We are filming the police, and I don't mean sting. Maybe there's been a sting, and I don't mean music. I found crabs in pools of water on top of Ayers Rock. Must have been some big ass waves at some time. Yeah, make that make sense. Caught in 4K. Geoff buys cars. What do you reckon the guy was caught doing? Because it seems to me like anything goes out here. So there must have been something. Cornwall's lovely, beautiful blue skies and quite warm, but unfortunately more expensive than Dubai. Top tip, if you run out of washing up liquid, you can make your own out of Sillet Bank, bleach and Swarfega. I don't think I'll keep any of those things in the house. There go the police. Right, I still can't believe that there's been no train in the whole time we've been broadcasting. Leonard Nimoy was warning of an inevitable new ice age coming in 1974. Vietnam, I hear, is interesting. Yeah, Vietnam could be a really good call. Yeah, Vietnam and Cambodia do appeal. I love these little Suzukis, all the little Suzuki vans. Just small cars make so much sense in a big city. What are you going to do when come for you bad boys? Bad boys, riding on a tuk-tuk. What are you going to do when they can't catch up? Leave my rights alone. Exactly. Right, what's that? That is a Mitsubishi Shogun, maybe? Don't know, didn't quite catch it. Maybe there are no trains on a Friday night. I'm stood here waiting for a train. Leonard Nimoy never ordered a Casio to a bar. No, he didn't. That's right. And he was a better person for it. Vietnam is beautiful. Oh my God, are you taking us to all these places? It's going to be epic. Yeah, I may at some point move over and start posting the travel videos on the Adventures with Geoff channel. And I may leave the Geoff Buys Cars channel for like the more serious car stuff. But yeah, basically I'm filming while we're going. The idea is that this is a working holiday, and I don't really see it as a holiday. I see it as a script for where we're going to be. You have Nowhere channel. Now I have another channel, and it's called Adventures with Geoff. So if you type into Google, no, don't type into Google, you probably won't find it. Type into the YouTube search bar, Adventures with Geoff. I haven't posted on there for a while, but I'm thinking that more content will start going there. I remember being told in 2012, children would never see snow. Yeah, well, Al Gore was basically saying that, oof, that was close, wasn't it? Look at that. Crikey. Yeah, all these predictions that have never happened, you know, we'll never see polar bears. Polar bears will be in London by what's and what's, doesn't matter. What's the time there, Geoff? Mr. Wolf. 10. Don't know. I think it's about past. Al Gore. Yeah, Al Gore's interesting. You missed the tornado near Nuki yesterday. No, I didn't. Someone sent me a video of it, pretty much as it happened. If we're scared, we don't think well, says G380 Man, which explains why everything is based on fear. Try going next to South Korea. You join a K-pop band for a few days, or a Netflix drama. I'd like that. That'd be good. Polar bears wouldn't survive in London's knife crime. Brilliant. Absolutely spot on. If you could spare just £2 a month, you can protect a polar bear from being stabbed on the tube in central London. You're 4 hours ahead. I thought we were more than 4 hours ahead. So we're easy to manipulate and... What was that, Mike? Get us to conform. Well, not me. No, it's not conforming. Basically, if they say jump, duck. That's what we've learned from the last 5 years. I subscribe to the new channel, new Geoff videos to watch, yay! And Marie, they're much happier on the Adventures with Geoff channel. Have you found any fish and chips there yet? And told Lee to try it all. No, we won't be eating fish and chips while we're away, because I do believe in eating the local cuisine. So earlier on we had the house special, which was the crab curry, and it was honestly some of the best food I've ever had. And then we had crispy beef, which was also amazing. Problem change is you can't predict 10-day weather forecasts accurately. How the hell are you predicting change in 10, 20 years time? Sounds a bit John Fisher to me. I could not agree more. Paul says, whoa, I've caught a live one. Loving your family trip. Enjoy and keep on with the videos. Not only did you catch a live, Paul, you got a reply from me to a comment. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I appreciate the travel videos aren't for everyone, because most people just want to see me angry and moody and ranting in my car about stuff that's going. But there's only so long you can rant in a car before you go, do you know what, I've got to get out of here. And that's exactly what we've done. And I appreciate not everybody wants to watch us travel the world, but it's a working holiday and I'm a YouTuber, that's what I do for work. Jeff, you are 5.5 hours ahead. Thank you very much. I've never been early for anything in my life, but I appreciate if I am 5.5 hours ahead. You're all early in that case, because you're all here with me. So that makes sense in my head. We're reaching the hour mark and we've only had one train. I'm really disappointed because these trains, while we were sat at the bar, these trains were rolling consistently. Travel video is awesome, Jeff. Thank you, Squidward. I appreciate that. Brilliant content, Jeff. Much more entertaining than terrestrial TV, or indeed extraterrestrial TV, which I'm told is mostly Satanism. Yeah, no trains. Can't believe it. No trains. And also my power bank, by that I mean my MacBook, is about to die. It was a bit hotter in the 80s and massively hotter in the 30s. I often wonder this because, you know, they didn't have central heating and stuff, and like people would have died. So there we go. That is the main run up through Colombo. That is the ocean. That is the train track. And apparently tonight there's no trains. I can guarantee the minute I click stop on this broadcast, the train will go past. But I think we're getting there. By the way, Jeff, I'm squatting in your house. Have you got any more tonic water anywhere, old chap? No. Anybody who knows us knows that we don't keep anything in. But if you go in the fridge, there is a big leg of Serrano ham over from Christmas. And if it hasn't gone green, knock yourself out. Just subbed to Adventures with Geoff. Any chance of going to a car auction? Not anytime soon, but I did buy a car today. I've got to make sure Mrs. Geoff can't hear me while I say that. I bought a car today that is in Ellesmere Port in Cheshire, and my friend Paul Truman, who some of you know from Facebook, is going to be coordinating it whilst I'm on my travels, but do not tell Mrs. Geoff. The Serrano looked ropey. I binned it. Oh, that's all right, fair enough. Can you feed the cats, please? We have got people going in to feed the cats, but a little bit of extra food in the bowl and top up the water. And can you throw away all my post? Most of it's from the DVLA asking me to tax my cars. And I've sawn them all so they can get lost. Right, I think that's it. I can't believe there's no trains. What's it worth? Shh, everybody quiet. Nobody tell anything. I'm having a chicken korma, Jeff. Nice one. I don't mind a korma every now and then. A chicken korma is basically like pudding, isn't it? That's the thing. There's so much coconut in a chicken korma, but I have to have it. I gotta be spicy. I am a spicy food person, so Sri Lanka is the place for me. We won't say a word, nobody tell her, keep it secret, bring back a tuk-tuk. All right, we'll see a tuk-tuk in a minute. All right, next time we see a tuk-tuk, that's the end of the cast. All right, you heard me say it here. We won't be broadcasting from here tomorrow because we will be on our way down south. Hopefully going to find some sunshine and some surf. Geoff buys cars, sod off. I needed to go have my bath. Vindaloo to clean your exhaust. Slow down for the night, the trains. Yeah, exactly, yeah, right. We're looking for a tuk-tuk. Is this a tuk-tuk coming along now, or is it a very small van? We've got a coach going past. It's a very small van. The little Suzuki again. Yeah, these little Wagon-Rs, they make so much sense. There's a tuk-tuk. That means it is the end of the video. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Do make sure you subscribe to Adventures with Geoff. And obviously stay subscribed to this channel. Hit the like button, tell your friends, knock on your neighbour's door, check in with them, any weapons they've got and what food they're stashing, and tell them about Geoff Buys Cars. That's the way we're going to head in this world. Failing that, I've heard that building bunkers is also a good thing to do if you've got the money and happen to have recently founded a social media network. Yeah, bunkers and weaponry. That's where it's going to be at. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the broadcast. Thank you very much.